I always try to caution people. I think those of us who are frustrated with many of the things that are happening in the West can sometimes overdo the comparison with the Soviet Union in which I grew up in. I think it's important to have a sense of perspective. The reason I talk about some of the issues that we've got going on is that they need to be addressed. But we're still the freest, most prosperous, most comfortable, most stable, most safe, secure societies in the world. And my worry is, as I know your worry is, that if we don't appreciate that and don't celebrate that, we can throw it away. And that's really why we're talking about these young people who are locked out of housing and so on. If you don't have a stake on your society, why would you appreciate it? Why would you celebrate it? Why would you defend it? You know, that's really the thing that I think we should focus on. So why is that we live in a society in which adults are afraid of children. And so when you see someone who's speaking to young people on their turf, at a college, at a university, and who's prepared to speak truth to them, but to do it in a way that's got a bit of humor, a bit of levity, that tries to meet them where they're at and says, look, I know this is what you think. Here are some things you probably haven't thought about. I think that's quite appealing to people because, as I say, we live in a society where we're fearful of telling young people what we think and what perhaps they need to hear. So I think that's another of the reasons. And the third reason is I tackle very directly the doomsday narrative about climate change and net zero. And I explain to people the reality of that issue and how